was
few
nonsense.
years sacrificing so much and if you want to change the world,
Let's go!
you have to.
And the award goes to Neil Newbar.
And the award goes to Alan Wake 2.
Oh my God! F you!
Your clothes
Get
on
the
kitchen floor?
out of here! Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious?
And the game award goes to Hi-Fi Rush.
Yo, PlayStation. This nonsense. You're bringing that to PC? Are you fucking serious? What? Yo, what?
And the game of the year is Baldur's Gate 3.
What the fuck is this? Fuck this stream, bro. We're about to end this stream. Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? You're bringing it to PC. What the fuck? Why the fuck do I have my PlayStation then? I understand that it's been years, but that's not the fucking point. The point is that y'all said it was not coming to PC. Y'all said it wasn't coming to Xbox. What the what? Snooty white woman. Oh, they are the worst, bro. That's what she reminds me of.
Ryan Coogler is a shit director. And a writer.
Bro, are you serious?
Yes,
the
bro.
movies he made, Wakanda Forever, Black
Bro,
Panther,
all shit, all
The
garbage.
Creed
Shit. Trash. All of them.
If you're telling me he should direct the Miles Morales movie.
You're out of your oh my God, bro.
What happened to you, man? You used to be a patriot, all right? You used to fight for truth, justice, and American way. Why'd you go talk about this woke stuff? You turned to liberal, man. You turned to liberal.
Ryan Coogler is a white supremacist, if I've ever seen one.
If they're heinous ideologies, then I don't have a problem with them being attacked.
This man is putting out white supremacy. Creed, Black Panther, all that was white supremacy, bro.
All PlayStation IP should go to the PC. All PlayStation should have a PC release on day one. What? What?
Mr. Garrison, haven't you figured it out? Timmy's...
If that happens, you want to know what I want? I want a letter from Sony, okay? Dear Amazing Lucas, okay? Dear PlayStation owner, dear PlayStation 5 owner, you.
Yes, we're dealing with a completely normal one today. Somebody who spurgs out when PlayStation exclusives get ported to PC because the developers of said games want those games to thrive on the Steam marketplace and reach a wider audience. But the amazing Lucas is so offended that games from 2018 got ported 4 years later to PC. How dare Sony port 4-year-old games to PC? It's probably like they were stranded on a console that came out in 2013. Let's bump that up, let it reach new heights on bigger and better hardware. And as much as I like the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, yeah, obviously the PC is technically better.
That is the dumbest thing I can possibly imagine. Because at that point, why would I even have a PS5, right? Why would I get the next console? Right? What? That doesn't make any sense to me. For what purpose? I would just get a PC.
It's almost like a $500 console that's bundled with a controller has a different demographic market compared to a $2,000 gaming PC. Yes, believe it or not, despite all of the PC's upsides, it can get a little technical. And trust me, people above the age of 50 and people below the age of 30 do not know how to work a computer. Except for me. For some reason, I'm just good at computers. But for all the Zoomers that spent way too much time watching TikTok, all they know is the file management system of the iPhone. So yeah, chances are they're I'm gonna sound like a Rick and Morty fan for this one, but their IQ probably is not high enough to understand how to work a gaming computer. And I would know, it can get pretty annoying. Updating drivers, okay? That's pretty annoying. Trying to get your game in window borderless, even though the game says it's window borderless, but you can't click outside of the game. Not to mention the old games that for some reason you can still buy on Steam that you have to download a fan-made patch just to make it work on Windows 10 or 11. What I'm trying to get at, Lucas, is that you may not exactly be the most well-equipped to handle the computer.
We all know If it's on PC, it's eventually gonna get pirated. We all know, we just have to wait for it to be cracked. So if you think, me spending $80 or whatever, or how much ever they wanna charge, okay, $70, $80 depending on the edition that comes out, or me waiting, I don't know, maybe 2 to 3 days until it gets cracked and paying nothing? What do you think most people are gonna do?
Believe it or not, Lucas, God of War was actually top selling on the Steam charts when it released, so it definitely made its money back. And chances are those who are willing to sail the high seas for a PC video game weren't going to spend money on it at all, especially considering Steam is possibly the only game launcher that's better than piracy when it comes to the sheer amount of features that it includes with most games, such as cloud saves, Steam Deck support, all that good stuff. But obviously, this video is not talking about God of War. What, that's from 2018 and got ported to PC in 2022? No, this is about Spider-Man 2. Because I am not done smoking all that salt that Spider-Man 2 and PlayStation Fanboys has provided us. All I'm saying is that the hype for Spider-Man 2 is already down the drain. Ain't that funny? And what's left of it is people complaining about the game. But Amazing Lucas just can't have that. You must like the Spider-Man 2 or else.
I saw a few people tweet, this is the best one I've seen, is Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Miles Morales is Miles Morales. I'm sorry, what the hell does that mean? Can you tell me what that means?
Lucas, go into a Walmart, go into a toy aisle, and tell me what the label of the toys read for Spider-Man, Peter Parker, and Spider-Man Miles Morales, respectively.
That's like saying Peter Parker is Spider-Man, Miguel O'Hara is Miguel O'Hara.
You have to love how the Miles Morales is Miles Morales joke completely flies over his head. It's because people are trying to pass off Miles Morales as a replacement to the Spider-Man.
They have so much hatred in their hearts that they start just speaking drivel.
Nobody is trying to say that Miguel O'Hara is Spider-Man. Going into this, I was expecting to be a lot more furious than I am now. Like, the guy literally charges people $20 to play Mortal Kombat 1 with him. But the more I watch him, the more I just find it funny. If you guys think DSP, Wings of Redemption, they're funny because, you know, lol cows, oh, Amazing Lucas takes it to another level. Not only is he a black nationalist a la Tariq Nasheed, he's also a Spider-Man fanboy and a PlayStation console warrior. All of these are on the same channel, by the way. All of his Spider-Man videos, all of his PlayStation videos, all of his political videos, they're all on the same channel. Not to mention, he even starts one of his videos on Spider-Man with this.
I don't mix politics with games. That's the reason why I play games and then I put out political content. I've been on, a little break thanks to Spider-Man, but I try my hardest not to mix the two.
You don't mix politics and video games, except just look at your channel catalog, bro.
The background is that we have these woke people, okay?
Bruh, he's saying woke people like it's a slur. What the hell?
You have to understand who these woke people are. Now, these people are typically Republican. They're typically white, or at least non-black. They're scrawny. They're usually males.
Thank you, the Amazing Lucas. I really needed that stock photo in black and white of a white boy.
They're incels most of the time, and they 9 out of 10 don't have any social skills outside of online and the internet. That's it.
If I really want to experience the victim mentality firsthand, I would go on Twitter and then call a random woman fat.
I want you to understand that that's a group. Now let's compound this with the word woke and how they use it. The word woke, as I've said in many of my political videos, it stems from black culture. It stems from certain social issues that were going on within black communities that we talked about ourselves. It would be an in-house word that we would use within the community.
I genuinely don't see how woke being tied to black culture initially has anything to do with it, because of course that's the joke. It's reached post-irony at this point where people say woke unironically, but it initiated as, oh, you're describing your own movie as woke. Well, get woke, get broke, you know, whatever the saying is.
What these demons have now done, this lineage of evil, okay?
Not trying to be a moral rag here, but how have I lost my monetization privileges while this guy is literally using dehumanizing language, which I've read YouTube terms of service, that's against terms of service.
What they have done have been to use this word as a disparaging word.
Who is them, Lucas?
Okay, as an insult. That's what they've done. So now the point is, everything that has to do with black people or non-white people is woke to them. That's what you have to understand. I want you to think about how sick that is. So when it comes to actual situation or socioeconomic issues dealing with black Americans, that's woke to them. And to them, that's bad because it's detracting from what they want, which is white people.
This is a video about a video game on the PlayStation 5, by the way. He is currently talking about Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation 5.
So a lot of these, I guess, woke skulls or whatever they are, they're extremely fragile people, unfortunately. That's just, I mean, it's no fault of their own. That's just how society, that's how the systems in place have been set up to protect them, to protect their fragile ego.
Actually, society with the welfare state is not protecting them because they tend to be net tax contributors.
In addition to that, one heinous thing that they've done is they have compounded, as far as black issues, with alphabet issues, with the LGBT. So anything LGBT related is now woke. They've combined the two. So to where the word is meaningless now. Something that was used among black people, that was something that was precious to us, they have taken it and used it for evil. Okay, that's exactly what the scripture says the devil does, all right?
Again, instead of understanding that language and definitions can be changed over time naturally, he just compares white people to the devil. The next 2 minutes is dedicated to defending this Haley mission, which he totally says that he doesn't like, by the way, but he doesn't like this mission for completely different reasons than the chuds do. And yes, this is just as boring as I thought. I figured I would talk over this so you wouldn't die of boredom. You are welcome.
That's what they fail to understand. Because in their head, everything has to deal with them. Everything has to be white. And anything other than that is bad. It's foreign to them. It makes them afraid. So when we have a perspective like Haley's, I don't mind it. I thought that was interesting. Gameplay-wise, I thought it was kind of dull.
Because it is, and you would call it out just as much if it was not Spider-Man on the PlayStation 5, because you are a PlayStation fanboy.
Because Brian Indahar says that he wants to bring the game from different perspectives. He wants to inject different perspectives in the game. I admire that. The only issue I have is how you execute doing that. That's the issue, not bringing in different perspectives in and of itself. It's how you go about executing it.
This sounds just like a lesbian lusting after anime woman while also trying to justify it, making her seem like she's not one of the horny dudes.
I think it was poorly executed, but I appreciate the idea. When it comes to these woke people, these wokey wokes who are just
my brain after watching Tariq Nasheed.
They have an issue with it being a black girl. They have an issue with it being a black girl. They have an issue with her having a disability.
Who mentioned race in this entire conversation, Lucas? You are not giving any examples.
That's what their issue is. Like, oh, I'm playing a black girl. This game is woke. Once again, anything other than white. Oh, I have an issue. It's a disabled person. Once again, anything from what they perceive to be the norm, any type of different perspective, they view they view it as lesser.
It's almost like players are buying a Spider-Man video game expecting to play as Spider-Man.
Okay, it's similar to different cultures and whatnot. It's lesser. Similar to different beauty, what they view as beautiful. Anything other than that, it's lesser. The European standard, that's it. That's what it is. And that's, this brain rot, these smooth brains, that's what they suffer from.
The absolute mental gymnastics trying to defend the Haley deaf girl graffiti missions while trying to say, actually, I don't like it. Actually, I thought it was dull. But he's forced to defend it because the people that he doesn't like also doesn't like it.
Another example is MJ. I don't have an issue playing with MJ. I think most people don't have an issue with playing with MJ.
MJ was the worst part of the first Spider-Man game. Just say it, please.
The issue is not with MJ, the issue is with the execution. That's 9 out of 10 where many game ideas or game concepts, that's where they fail.
It was not executed great, and it detracted from the amount of screen time that Venom had.
You may have a great idea, but you can't execute it properly. I don't have an issue with playing with MJ if you execute it properly. However, having said that, it's extremely difficult to execute playing as Mary Jane, a non-superhero character, in a superhero game effectively.
Remember that Insomniac literally reconstructed Mary Jane to be just a knockoff Lois Lane so that Mary Jane and Peter Parker can be on equal footing. That's the message of the first game, at least, because MJ is just as useful as Spider-Man.
It doesn't make you want to be like, hey, I don't want to play as MJ. I want to go back to web swinging, web gliding and all that. That is very, very difficult to accomplish. And to be honest with you, I don't think they accomplished that. I think it's better than what it was before, but at the same time, there are gaps in the story.
So instead of Spider-Man having to fight on his own and Mary Jane sometimes being a damsel in distress, she is actually much more privy to information than Spider-Man himself. Therefore, he relies on her just a bit.
I don't think they did that the right way. I think, for example, one mission that they could have, replaced with some of these missions was with her motorcycle, okay? Instead of going the combat route, we could have gone a different perspective.
In all honesty, I don't completely disagree with this one point. I kind of like motorcycle missions, and it tends to be a lot easier to get right compared to stealth missions.
I think it all resides in execution. When you have these little incels, they just simply don't like it because it's a woman. Oh, it's a woman. Oh my God, it's Mary Jane. Oh, of course she can do that. She's Mary Sue and stuff like that.
Who is saying that? And then he goes on with another point on a side mission about some black historical museum. He starts repeating himself quite a lot, so I figured we might as well just skip this because I think you won't be surprised by what he says. Blaming the same demographic that he's been blaming for the entire rest of the video. Man, who would have thought? But then now we get to the gay mission where you have to help a high schooler ask out another high schooler. They are both male, by the way, and Lucas is a Christian. Remember that.
Another mission, this is the last one, was the mission where Miles has to help, the little gay boy befriend his boyfriend Lucas or something like that. Kudos to Insomniac. I see what you did there. Okay, I get it. Joke's on me. Joke's on me.
By the way, the amazing Lucas got blocked by PlayStation on email of all things.
It boils down to, at the end of the day, gay people exist.
The X demographic exists argument is such a non sequitur. Are you going to engage in the actual argument, or are you just gonna say that as if it's an actual valid argument in itself?
It's not my thing, but I understand why they would do it. I get it. I understand. There are certain things that you're not going to avoid. It's just not going to happen. I find it humorous that a lot of these Republicans want to talk about this, but it's like, you have log cabin Republicans. You have a Rob Bussy Smith. You have a walk away that is founded by a homosexual, a very avid homosexual. So there's very much a lot of bussy popping going on with the Republican Party, whether they admit it or not.
Did these gay people that you list also criticize Spider-Man 2? Probably not, because they're not video game creators. They're probably just political pundits.
So I find it interesting when you have such critiques that I've come across, that many of them just fall flat. Many of them are just your anti-black hatred or bigotry and stuff like that.
Again, where did race come into this? I feel like he is just making up a person in his head that complains about Spider-Man 2 being woke. Because if we look at the demographic that he was listing off as a Spider-Man 2 hater earlier, I don't think he's exactly watching these like milquetoast conservative guys or whatever. He's definitely not watching Fox News. If anything, he's browsing V and 4chan and Twitter or whatever. This entire video is him just arguing against a made-up opponent. That's literally this entire argument. He's making up somebody that does not exist. He is merging multiple demographics together and then just smushing them into one. And then once he melds his straw man together, he then calls out his straw man for hypocrisy. Thank you, Lucas. Very cool.
And one thing how I tried to judge this is that if I had switched the characters, right? Instead of it being a boy, what happened if it had been a boy, girl? Would I have felt any different? And I think I would. And the reason why I would have, because I would have been able to resonate with it. Because I understand, the experience of, asking a girl out for prom and stuff like that. But as a boy, I disconnect from that because I don't know anything about that. But I'm sure there's some kid out there, some white kid, because it's not gonna be a black kid because that's not a part of our culture, but I digress.
Are you sure about that, buddy? Are you sure about that, Lucas? Also, earlier in the video, didn't you literally list Rob Smith as being gay? And I don't know if you looked at his skin color, but he is black.
There's some white kid out there who saw that. I was like, oh, this is awesome. This is great. Oh, yeah, I have the same experience. So, you know what? Different strokes for different folks. As I've gotten older, I'm very much like, if you ain't gonna harm me or take my monies, knock yourself out, all right? As long as I have the option not to play the mission, which, surprise, you have the option not to play the mission.
The mission is still in the game, therefore it is eligible to be critiqued. It being optional does not make it obfuscated from criticism.
You don't have to play any of these missions, which I find very peculiar because I'm like, you're just playing the mission to hate on the mission. That doesn't make any sense unless you're a weirdo, unless you're a sadist. Because I don't know anyone who clicks on like gay stuff and then is upset when gay stuff happens, right? You go on a Google search, you type in gay stuff, and then gay stuff pops up, and you're just like, oh my God, I can't believe this. Like, what? No, there's something off with you, buddy. There's something going on there.
The name of the mission is literally called Homecoming. I'm pretty sure that people playing Spider-Man 2 weren't exactly expecting to play as Mary Jane or Miles' girlfriend either. They were expecting to play as Spider-Man.
Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not you believe, Lucas, what happened to you, man? You used to be a patriot, all right? You used to fight for truth, justice in the American way. Why'd you go talk about this woke stuff? You turned to a liberal, man. You turned to a liberal. Or I mean, I believe at the end of the day, that you're not stopping this, bro. You're not stopping white kids from turning gay. That just is what it is. You're not stopping white kids from turning gay.
Not if I have anything to say about it. So this video has kind of been in development hell for a little bit because there's just so much to talk about with the amazing Lucas. As of recent, I've been tuning into his Disagreement Day streams where he has callers call in and they will obviously debate with the callers. If you want me to try calling into the amazing Lucas's stream, make sure to tell me down in the comment section down below because I really want to do that and it would be really funny. The funny thing is on these Disagreement Day streams, the ones that I've been tuning into have been getting deleted a day or so after the live stream because I shit you not, on December 10th, the live stream started on December 9th, but this went past midnight. This was like 4.5 hours into the stream. I just tuned in and the amazing Lucas was debating the age of consent. For some reason, the VOD is deleted or like behind members only at this point, so I can't exactly prove it or download it, or I was going to download the clip like right now, but I just saw that it's gone. But imagine me just like after editing for 3 hours straight, I go into just like, let's check in on the amazing Lucas. Let's see what he's streaming right now. And immediately after I click on it, it's of course an age of consent debate.
Listen, I don't even think you have black friends, my friend. I think you have nothing but white friends.
You guys are so lucky that I'm not an officer. Because you want to know what I would do as an officer in an imaginary world? I would target people like you.
I don't mix politics with games.